I will be looking at Euro USD. My thought process in Euro USD. First, I will come to the monthly time frame. I just check what the monthly candles is doing. I'm going to draw my key level, which I've already drawn. I'll check what the monthly candles are doing, and I can see a consolidation around this area. It's looking like a consolidation though. Can see a consolidation around that area, then and a monthly bullish candle around the support region, the major support region. So what I'm going to do is I will come back down to the weekly time frame. Although in the monthly time frame, this is looking like a double top. But on the weekly time frame, on the monthly time frame as well, it's also looking like it's the double top just came to test the major zone before the continuation to the upside. Then on the weekly time frame, however, my thought process on the weekly time frame is looking like the weekly time frame has already formed a weekly double bottom. And chart process on the weekly time frame normally plays out. So this, for me right now, it feels like this weekly double bottom on this major zone has already invalidated this double top here that I'm seeing. But however, this double top has a neckline. And there is a statement in price action that states that once a double top breaks, the price normally comes to test the neckline. So around this area is a little bit tricky because this is still around the neckline region. This can just be a retest and continuation to the downside, although this is a major level and monthly time frame is still looking bullish. So what I'm going to do, I will come back down to the daily time frame. The daily time frame is going to tell me what is really happening on Euro USD. So what I can see on the daily time frame is this. Price has already tested this level. Price has already given a higher high from the previous low. That's a higher low from the previous low. So since price has already given a higher low from the previous low, and it has already tested this minor level around this region. So what I'm going to do, I'll go back down to 4-hour time frame. Look, the retest, I was like thinking that this level has not been tested properly. But if you look at this retest is it tested it the first time and came back down to test it the second time. So I don't think there is any need to come back to retest it on the daily time frame. Although on the daily time frame, it's a weak rejection that retested, but on the 4-hour, this is a clear retest. So most likely my entrance is going to be, I can see a 1-hour inverse head and shoulder pattern around this region. So most likely this is looking like a head, this is looking like a left shoulder, and potentially this is going to come back down to test here for a right shoulder. So my buy bias for this scenario is going to be around this region. I'm going to place my entrance here. My stop loss is going to be below this support region. Then my take profit, my first take profit region is going to be around this resistance. Because this resistance, remember on the weekly time frame, that resistance can also be neckline of that the neckline of that double top. It can also be. So once I see multiple rejection around this area and it's failing to break above this region, then I will just move my stop loss past break even close at this region. My TP1 is going to be at this region. I'll move stop loss past break in already and allow the market to do what it wants to do. but most likely I'll allow the market to play out. I'll just close partial profit because it's looking like it will go a little bit higher. But once I see multiple rejection, it's failing to close around this, it's failing to break around this support region or around this area, then I'll just close my position for Euro USD. But altogether, I'm looking at this level. First level, second level target is going to be around this level. Then third TP region is going to be around this level. So that's my thought process on Euro USD. The only reason why I'm going to close Euro USD for a buy is if I see multiple rejection and a chart pattern around this region. If I see multiple rejection and a chart pattern around this area, I'm going to close for Euro USD. So I'll move to the next pair that I'm going to be looking at is, let's see the XY. I normally use the XY to ascertain what Euro USD might likely do. So from the monthly time frame for the XY, what I can see on the monthly time frame is double bottom, just like in Euro USD. I can see double bottom on the monthly time frame, and this double bottom is looking like it's pushing to the upside. But although I can see a kind of a major level around this area, a major level because it tested here once, twice, third time, fourth time, fifth time. So it's even this time around, it tested it in this area. So it's kind of a major level to me. So when I spotted that major level, maybe most probably that's why this market is currently rejecting from that region. That's why the monthly candle closed bearish. So I'll come back down to my weekly time frame. What can I see on the weekly time frame? As of the moment, I could see an exhaustion pattern on the weekly time frame on this chart. The way this candle is pulling, pushing, and pushing, it's looking like an exhaustion in my eyes, though, number one. Then number two, because I'm trying to create a case on what I can think at that very moment. Number two is I could also assume that this is a head, this could be a left shoulder, and this could potentially be a right shoulder for continuation to the upside. That's my thought as of the moment. And I could also see a weekly double top around this region here, a weekly double top around this region. So what I'm going to do is, for now, what I can see is a weekly double top and a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. So my thought process as of the moment is going to be at least sell to this region of this left shoulder. Then when you break the left shoulder region, we'll know that you will continue to go down. But for now, I think it's still looking like a sell to this area. Then when it breaks this area, then I know that it's a continuation down. But if it fails to break this area, then I'll be thinking about a bullish momentum. However, what I can see presently on the daily time frame is a double top. One top here, the second top here. But this trend line is also holding this market from here. So I am assuming, it's just a forecast, I am assuming that this double top is going to hold strong and is going to bring this market to this area. Then from this area, if it breaks this place, then the market is going to continue downward because this is a double top at a major level. If it fails to break this area, then most likely maybe printing like several candles around this region, most likely it's about to reverse. Or maybe if this candle around this area forms several rejection around this trend line, like 3 days rejection, then maybe we'll be looking to the upside. But for now, I think most likely it's going to push up, then fall back down. So on the 4 hour time frame, I'm going to be looking to it's almost the same as Euro USD. On the 4 hour time frame, I'm just looking for something nice, a chart pattern or just a candlestick formation or a chart pattern around this area to take the sell. It's almost the same thing as Euro USD because I cannot take a sell on Euro USD. I cannot take a sell, sorry, I cannot take a sell on DXY. I'm taking the sell, I'm taking the buy on Euro USD because DXY is the opposite of Euro USD. The next trade I'm going to be talking about is Brent oil. Last week, I wanted to take a trade on Brent oil for a sell, I think. I wanted to take a trade for Brent oil for a sell, but the market was a little bit very consolidative and I got confused. So the monthly time frame is still looking bearish. Maybe it's coming to test this key area around this area for a double bottom. Then if you look at the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame is still bearish as well from this area. So this is looking like a consolidation to drop to the downside, maybe for a double bottom before continuation to the upside. So the weekly candles are still bearish, and this is what is a little bit confusing because this price action formation is a corrective pattern. It's not it's looking like it wants to reverse with this kind of formation, but the market is still bearish. So there is a major level, this demand level around this area that push the market to the upside. So I'm looking at this demand area very carefully. So if the market breaks the demand area and come back to test it up, as of the moment, the market has already broken the demand area and is back to test that region again. So I'm looking at, because a base has already formed here. If the market breaks this line, the hash line that is here, then I will be looking for a sell. Or if the market break this top here, I'll be looking for most likely, or this trend line. If the market breaks the trend line, I'll be looking for a buy. But this place as of the moment is kind of too consolidative for me to enter. Because I tried to enter last week, but the market was consolidative. So I'll just wait for a break. Once I see a break above this area, I'm going to buy the market. And once I see a break above this area, I'm going to sell the market. That's for Brent. Then the next pair that I'm going to be, my thought process around BTC. I'll be looking at BTC. My thought process around BTC is I'll go to the monthly time frame, look at what the monthly candles is doing. There is a trend line that has not been broken yet around the monthly time frame region. So look, it's a high, a lower high, a higher high, a lower high, a higher high. This market is, if it wants to continue going up, it's supposed to give a higher high for continuation to the upside, but it failed. It has broken this structural region. So potentially what I'm looking at on BTC as of the moment, because it has failed, but the trend line is still holding. So what I'm going to do as of the moment is this. Since BTC has failed to respect that region, and the monthly candle is still bearish. So what I'm looking at, the way that this market broke out of this level, it's supposed to come back on a normal price action to retest the trend line. This break is too impulsive. So I'm looking at BTC because the trend line is still holding as of the moment, because this trend line can easily push the market up. So I'm looking at BTC to buy BTC around to get to this region around 100K region. BTC to get to 100K region. If BTC gets to 100K region, then I will know what next for BTC, because if BTC gets to this place and reject around this area, then most likely we're going to see continuation to the downside. Look, Fibonacci is also putting at this area. So if BTC is going to push up to this place, then reject back downwards, then I know that the sell is going to continue. But if BTC is going to break around this region, then we'll see a potential push to the upside. Then the next pair that I'm going to be looking at is GDP, Euro GDP. I took the sell trade on Euro GDP last week. My thought process on Euro GDP as of last week, I was not really concerned about the I was not really concerned about the monthly time frame that much. I was looking at the weekly time frame, and the weekly time frame was telling me. I also look at the previous correction, the previous weekly correction. So as of the moment, that weekly time frame was telling me that, oh, it wants to collect at least to the structural region. Although my TP was at this structure, but once I saw that there is a little bit of a correction around this area, I saw correction around this area. So I just placed my trade, put my stop loss around this region. I think above the weekly candle. My stop loss was above the previous week candle. That was where my stop loss is, above the previous week candle, which is this area here. And my TP first take profit was this level, and second take profit was this level, as you can see around this area. So I saw a rejection around this area, so I just took profit because the market can easily reverse. 2 days is consolidating around this area. I don't know if the market breaks this structure here, then we are going to see a retest of this level. But if the market consolidates like the 4 more days around this area, a little bit of consolidation around this area, 3 more days, 4 more days around this area, then we're going to see most likely the market wants to push up. So it depends. If it breaks here, then it will come here. But if I see several candles around this area, most likely the market want to continue going up from this place. So the next pair that I'm going to be looking at is GDP JPY. GDP JPY on the monthly time frame, I'm looking at everything is still giving me a bullish bias on the monthly time frame. So what I'm going to do is on GDP JPY, what I'm going to do is everything is giving me monthly bullish momentum. So I'm looking for a retest because the week of this monthly, the candle close of this level has already been broken by the present monthly candle, and it has closed above. So I'm looking for a week, just not that serious, but I'm looking for I'm looking for I'm looking for potentially what the market is going to do around this week rejection. And I saw the weekly candle close around this area. The weekly candle close might be a potential entry for further upside, although this market at this area can easily give a double top. So I'll be watching it very closely. When I come back down to my daily time frame, on the other hand, my daily time frame is looking like they remember that I already mapped out this level, the weekly candle close for the entrance. Maybe the market is going to test back structure. I was like thinking that maybe the market might come for a little bit of a bigger retracement, but it's too this retracement, it's supposed to push this market up, break it before you're going to get a bigger retracement. That's what I think, but the market can do something else. But I feel like the market is going to push up from this area. That's what I think, because last week, when I was looking at this market gave a sell back down to this region. I missed this trade. I placed the order, the pending order, but it failed to tag me in because my entrance was around this area. So I was looking that the market is going to come back to test the neckline of this inverse head and shoulder pattern, but I was wrong because the market actually killed two birds with one stone. It tested the 100% retracement of this consolidation and also test the tip of the neckline, the tip only of the neckline. So it's like killing one bird, once. It's like killing, uh, one stone with two birds. So that's what I think. So I think this market might just follow this consolidative pattern to this place, TP1. Then if it breaks it, that's when we're going to have a bigger retracement. That's what I think as of the moment. I'm not sure it's going to retrace back, then continuation is going to be like too many retracement. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm looking to enter this market from this region, at least to TP1. Then if it breaks the TP1, then I will consider the TP2, which is a demand region, which is a supply region along the monthly time frame. Then the next pair that I'm going to be looking at is GDP USD. GDP USD, on the other hand, I'm also looking at a double bottom, just like the same as Euro. This pairs, I'm just trading what I see as of the moment. What I see, I'm trying to trade what I see as of the moment because this weekly time frame is giving me a double bottom on the weekly time frame, and on the monthly time frame as well is giving me a double bottom. But this is also a major zone. The market is also testing a major zone. Sometimes it's testing the neckline. This, you can call this a neckline of the double bottom here, but it has also formed a weekly double bottom here. So what I'm going to do is this. Since I'm trading what I am seeing as of the moment, I'll be very careful around this area, around this region, because I have one touch, second touch. Maybe the market wants to come and make a third touch before it drops. I don't know. But as of the moment, I'm looking for because this is a higher high. This is a higher high from this low here. So I'm looking for the market to come back and retest because this is a double bottom literally. I'm looking for the market to come back and test this region for the neckline, around this area for the neckline before the market is going to push up to the upside. I feel like this retest is kind of too small to break this level, but I might be wrong, but I want further retracement downwards a little bit so that I can be sure. And it's also going to be like a good entry. If it does not retrace to this level, I will not like to enter the market around this area because it's going to be very dangerous to enter around this area. This is a major zone. It's going to be dangerous because the market can easily reverse from this area. So that's why I'm trying to prevent myself not to enter from this region. Let it pull back a little bit. It's looking corrected though. Let it pull back a little bit. Then I'm going to be more comfortable to enter this position on GDP USD. On the 4 hour time frame, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. On the 4 hour time frame, if you can see as well, I wanted to come and form a proper base around this area, around the neckline. Yes, it has already corrected to this place, but to be nice to see if it forms a proper base around this area. Although I can see what I saw on Euro USD, like a head, left shoulder, and right shoulder. But let's see what is going to happen on GDP USD. Then I'm looking at the last pair. Okay, I'll look at GDP AUD. This pair I also like because I'm looking to trade it as well because although the monthly candle is giving bullish momentum as of the moment, the monthly candle is looking bullish, but if you see the previous month here, it also gave bullish and continued bearish. So why I consider a selling bias in this situation is even if the monthly candle is bullish as of the moment, this trade is still giving a corrective pattern, a trend. It looks like a trend to me. This is a high, this is a lower high, this is a lower low, this is a lower high, this is a lower low, this is a lower high from this one. So it's like it's testing the structure in this area, and it's also testing the key region around this area for that cell. So if I come back down to my weekly time frame, I'm looking at two things. How I'm going to enter this market. This pattern, they normally call it X to E wave pattern. X to A to B to C to D to E. X to E wave pattern. So this X to E wave pattern, it's nice. It's looking bearish in my eyes as of the moment. So I'm expecting the market to come back to this region. My sell is I'm looking to sell the market from this region for a sell to the downside. I'm looking to sell the market from this region. My stop loss is going to be above the major zone here. Sell the market from this region or sell from this region. There's two areas the market is going to reject from. Either the market reject from here. Why am I saying sell from the second region? If you come on sometimes the market will come back to test. Sometimes the market will come back to test. Sometimes the market will come back to test this region for a shoulder level. Remember this market, the left shoulder was 1, 2, 3 touch. The market might like to come back to test this level again for a shoulder region, or the market might just test the neckline. Because the neckline has been broken, the market might just come back to test the neckline. So that's what I'm looking at. This green line that I drew here is on the weekly time frame. If you go to the weekly time frame, there can be a potential rejection. This area, this green line can actually reject the market because this is 1 week, 2 weeks. So I just put it there just to be careful to know that they can, if the market decide to reverse from that area, I will understand because there has been several rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, around that region, rejection here as well. So that's why I put it as something that I need to consider as well. Then the last pair that I'm going to, is there any other pair left that I need to talk about? US 30. US 30, I was considering a sell for US 30 as of last month, and I got stopped out. I think I got stopped out for a stop loss. So look at my thought process as of last week. A bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. I was looking for a retest of this level, the neckline. I was looking for a retest of the neckline for continuation to the downside, but I failed to understand that a 4-hour retest has already happened here. A 4-hour retest has already happened. So the market has already retested for a 4-hour and dropped back down. So I failed to also understand that, look at the retest here. I failed to understand that this was a retest. The market has already dropped down. Then a 4-hour inverse head and shoulder pattern has already formed. So my mindset was still bearish. So that is why I did not consider this 4 hours. So I've noticed so far that if it's given like a big 4-hour inverse head and shoulder pattern like this, the market normally push to the upside. So that's why I'm looking. So what I'm looking forward to for this market to do, I'm not sure. The market is looking really, really bullish. I'm not sure if it's going to retest, but on a normal note, the market is supposed to retest back this region for a continuation to the upside. So I will be watching what is going to happen, but I don't like to buy around this region. Like, it's supposed to correct at least a little bit, to this. The market is looking really bullish as of the moment. So I'm looking for a decent correction before I can come back to US 30. So as of the moment, US 30, I'll just be watching. Brent oil, I'll just be watching. The pairs that I'm going to be placing pending order on is the pairs I'm going to be placing pending order on is GDP-JPY, GDP-AUD, GDP Euro USD. That's the pairs I'm looking to place orders on as of the moment.